Welcome to my channel HD Ultra Rare Coins Age. In this, I am going to tell you about United States of America 1 cent, which is very valuable and rare and very old if you have it. Can become rich. The year is 1996. The United States is seeing a new chapter of growth and modern change, and an unassuming copper-colored cent emerges into circulation. But this one? It's different. Not just different. It's rare, unique, and sought after. So much so that collectors today are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for it. Yes, a single penny, minted in 1996, valued at $73,000. How can this be? Why is this coin, of all the millions produced that year, worth so much? To answer this, we have to go on a journey, one that weaves together history, craftsmanship, mystery, and the obsessive world of coin collecting. This is not just the story of a coin. It's a glimpse into a fascinating treasure hunt that unfolds across America, 1 cent at a time. To fully understand, we must begin by exploring the origins of the modern United States 1 cent coin, a piece of everyday history that holds a legacy reaching back centuries. The 1 cent coin, affectionately known as the penny, has been an enduring symbol of American currency since its earliest days. Its design, size, and composition have evolved over time, reflecting not just the changing economy, but also the shifting culture of the nation itself. By the time we reach 1996, the penny is firmly established in its modern form. Made primarily of zinc, coated in a thin layer of copper, it measures just 19 millimeters across and weighs a mere 2.5 grams. Millions of these coins are churned out every year by the U.S. Mint, minted for circulation with machine-like efficiency. But every once in a while, amidst the whirring presses and the mountains of coins, a miracle occurs. An anomaly. A mistake. Something extraordinary. This brings us to the specific coin in question, the 1996 1 cent piece that has stunned collectors and numismatic experts alike. On the surface, it appears identical to any other penny. It features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a timeless design created by sculptor Victor David Brenner in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. It's an image that has endured, becoming one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to one of the nation's most revered landmarks. This design, created by Frank Casparo, was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Together, these two sides tell a story of leadership, unity, and legacy, all encapsulated in a tiny, everyday object. But as with all things in life, appearances can be deceiving. To understand what sets the 1996 1 cent coin apart, we must look closer. Much closer. You see, the world of numismatics, coin collecting, is built on the details. Every scratch, every blemish, every subtle error matters. These small imperfections can turn a simple coin into something priceless. For the 1996 penny, it is a rare combination of factors: unique minting quirks, a near-impossible state of preservation, and sheer rarity, that have elevated it to legendary status. Now, let's talk numbers. In 1996 alone, the United States Mint produced over 6 billion 1 cent coins. Yes, that's billions with a B. To the untrained eye, every one of these pennies looks the same, countless identical coins flowing through the economy. But in such an overwhelming sea of mass production, even the smallest variation becomes significant. And that's where the story begins to get truly fascinating. Experts believe that only a handful of 1996 pennies possess the extraordinary qualities that make them so valuable today. The first factor that makes this particular penny special is its error origin. Coin errors occur during the minting process, often when the dies, used to stamp designs onto blank metal discs, fail to function perfectly. These errors can include double strikes, off-center impressions, die cracks, and more. While such mistakes might seem minor to most people, they are like gold dust to collectors. They represent one-of-a-kind imperfections, flukes of history that will never be replicated. For the 1996 penny, an error or variation in its production likely went unnoticed, slipping quietly into circulation before the presses could be adjusted. But an error alone is not enough to make a penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. The second critical factor is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with the latter representing absolute perfection, free from scratches, discoloration, or any signs of wear. Most pennies in circulation quickly degrade, bearing the marks of countless transactions and years of use. But the rare 1996 penny that commands such an astounding value is believed to exist in pristine, near-flawless condition, a truly remarkable feat for any coin that has spent decades in the wild. And then, there's the final piece of the puzzle: rarity and demand. The laws of supply and demand dictate the value of any collectible, and coins are no exception. When a rare coin captures the imagination of collectors, its value can skyrocket overnight. Word spreads, interest grows, and soon the bidding wars begin. For the 1996 penny, the combination of its unique qualities and its extreme scarcity has fueled an explosion of demand in recent years. Collectors are desperate to own this elusive treasure, driving its price higher and higher until it reaches jaw-dropping levels. But here's the most exciting part: this incredible coin could be out there right now, in a jar of loose change, in a pocket, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. The idea that such an unassuming object, a single penny, could hold such immense value is nothing short of magical. It's the ultimate treasure hunt, and it's happening right now, all across America. So how much is the rare 1996 1-cent coin actually worth? Well, after years of speculation, verified sales, and expert appraisals, the answer is finally clear. The value of this extraordinary penny, a coin that many would overlook without a second thought, has been confirmed at a staggering $73,000. Yes, you heard that right. $73,000 for a single penny. It's a story that defies logic, yet perfectly encapsulates the wonder of coin collecting. It reminds us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in the most unexpected places. And it begs the question: could you be holding this very penny right now? Could a life-changing fortune be sitting in your hand, waiting to be discovered? There's only one way to find out. Check your change, search your jars, and keep your eyes open, because the next great discovery could be yours. Today, we're unraveling the fascinating tale of the 1998 United States 1-cent coin. Yes, a penny. The kind you'd find rolling under car seats, gathering dust in your kitchen drawer, or jingling at the bottom of your pocket. But this one is different. This one could be worth $70,000. Imagine this: you're holding a coin in your hand, minted in 1998, a year not so distant in the grand timeline of history. For many, it was just another year in a decade filled with iconic cultural moments. When Titanic ruled the box office, when floppy disks still carried the weight of our digital lives, and when the internet began weaving its way into our daily routines. Somewhere amid all this, an unassuming penny rolled off the minting presses. But here's the thing: not all coins are created equal. Some carry the touch of uniqueness, a silent imperfection, or a rare design that turns their humble existence into something extraordinary. To understand the 1998 penny, we must first take a step back to its origins. The 1-cent coin, a familiar face in American currency, has undergone many changes since its inception. Its story begins with the earliest copper coins minted in the late 18th century. Over the centuries, designs came and went: classical faces, flowing hair, wheat stalks, and finally, the iconic Lincoln portrait that has endured for over a century since 1909. President Abraham Lincoln, an emblem of strength and resilience, became forever etched into the smallest denomination of U.S. currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, his vision of Lincoln has remained a constant, while the reverse of the coin has seen changes that reflect the evolution of the United States itself. Fast forward to 1998. By then, the penny featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on its reverse, a monument to the man himself. What makes the 1998 penny we're discussing today so special, so valuable, is something incredibly subtle yet incredibly significant. It's the kind of detail that only the keenest eyes or sharpest collectors would notice. A minting anomaly, a slight variation, an imperfection so rare that its very existence elevates it beyond its face value of just 1 cent. You might be asking yourself, how can a penny, worth practically nothing in today's economy, reach the jaw-dropping value of $70,000? It all begins with understanding the process of minting. In the United States, coins are produced at various mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco being among the most notable. The minting process, though precise, is not immune to human error, machine inconsistencies, or unintended variations. For the 1998 1-cent coin, something fascinating occurred during production, a mistake, or perhaps an unintentional rarity that turned this common penny into a prized possession. Now, let's consider what makes a coin valuable in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of currency. Rarity is key. The fewer examples that exist, the more sought after a coin becomes. Condition plays a massive role as well. Coins graded in near mint or pristine condition fetch far higher prices than those battered and scratched by years of circulation. But there's something else, something far more intriguing, that drives collectors wild: anomalies. These can include double strikes, misaligned dies, missing details, or errors in lettering or design. The rarer and more unique the anomaly, the higher the demand. The 1998 penny has earned its place among these rarities, not because of its basic design, but because of what lies beneath the surface, an elusive variant linked to its minting die. Known as the wide AM variety, it's a subtle difference found on the reverse of the coin. To the average person, the letters A and M in the word America might appear normal, but upon closer inspection, they hold the secret. A typical 1998 penny would have the A and M in America almost touching. This was standard for pennies minted during that era. However, in the wide AM variety, there is a small but noticeable gap between the two letters. It's this tiny detail, this quiet anomaly, that transforms the coin into a collector's dream. You might be wondering, why does this gap exist? The answer lies in the production process and a mix-up of dies. The wide AM design was intended for proof coins, special coins produced in limited quantities with sharp, mirrored finishes for collectors. Somehow, in 1998, the proof die made its way into regular circulation production, resulting in a small number of pennies featuring the wide AM design. These pennies slipped through unnoticed, buried within millions of standard coins, waiting for someone to discover their secret. What makes the story even more exciting is that these coins were not immediately recognized for their rarity. For years, the 1998 penny sat unnoticed, spending time in cash registers, vending machines, and countless pockets. But in the world of coin collecting, the thrill lies in discovery. It wasn't until diligent collectors began examining their change that the wide AM variety was identified. What began as a quiet whisper among numismatists soon turned into a frenzy, as treasure hunters across the country checked their pennies for the elusive gap. The hunt for the 1998 wide AM penny became something of a modern legend. For every 10,000 ordinary pennies, there's a slim chance, an almost impossible chance, that one could be the extraordinary wide AM variety. The rarity of this penny skyrocketed its value. At first, it was worth a few $100s, then a few thousand. As more collectors entered the race, demand surged, and the price climbed higher. Today, in pristine condition, the 1998 wide AM penny has reached an astonishing $70,000. Think about that for a moment. A penny, a coin you might dismiss as spare change, something you wouldn't bother bending down to pick up, could be the key to a small fortune. It's stories like these that remind us of the magic hidden in plain sight. The 1998 penny is a testament to the fact that value often lies in the details, waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. So, what does this mean for you? It means the next time you find a penny, don't toss it aside. Take a moment. Flip it over. Look at the word, America, and check the gap between the A and M. It might seem trivial, but it could change your life. Who knows? That penny gathering dust in your pocket could be worth $70,000. In the end, the 1998 wide AM penny is more than just a coin. It's a story of discovery, rarity, and the quiet value hidden in overlooked places. It's proof that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. So keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, value is everywhere, waiting to be found. The 1999 United States of America 1-cent coin. To most people, it's just a penny, something you might dismiss as spare change, lost in couch cushions or forgotten at the bottom of your pocket. But what if I told you that one penny, minted in 1999, could be worth $68,000? Yes, $68,000 for a single cent. How is that even possible? Stick with me as we uncover the fascinating journey of this coin, its overlooked design details, and the secrets that made it such a rare and valuable treasure. Imagine holding a penny in your hand. It's lightweight, coppery red, and unassuming. But this 1999 1-cent coin isn't just any penny. It's a piece of history, a rarity that collectors dream of finding. Let's begin where all great coin stories start, the mint. The year was 1999. The United States Mint, one of the oldest and most reliable mints in the world, was in full operation, producing billions of coins. Pennies, quarters, dimes, you name it. At the time, the Lincoln cent was already iconic. Since its introduction in 1909, it had undergone minor design changes, but it was still instantly recognizable to every American. The obverse, or front, bore the profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, honoring his leadership and legacy. The reverse side still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of national pride and unity, designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. By 1999, the coin was common, so common, in fact, that no one gave it a second thought. That's what makes this story so remarkable. Here's where things get interesting. The United States Mint struck the 1999 pennies at two key locations, Philadelphia and Denver. If you look closely at most Lincoln cents, you'll notice a small letter beneath the date, P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. This mint mark tells you where the coin was produced. However, not all 1999 pennies are created equal. During the minting process that year, something extraordinary happened. An error. A tiny mistake that would turn an ordinary penny into a numismatic treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. You see, in coin collecting, rarity equals value. Sometimes, a minting error occurs, producing coins that differ from their intended design. Such errors can range from misaligned strikes to double die impressions, and they're like fingerprints, unique, impossible to replicate, and incredibly valuable. The 1999 Lincoln cent we're talking about today is a special type of error coin, known as a wide AM variety. Now, let me explain what that means. On the reverse side of the Lincoln cent, if you look closely at the word America, you'll notice that the letters A and M are spaced apart, wider than usual. Normally, on 1999 pennies, The letters A and M in America are very close together, almost touching. But due to an accidental mix-up at the mint, some pennies were struck using a proof coin die. Die is normally reserved for special collector's coins with sharper details. These proof dies featured a wider spacing between A and M. And here's the kicker: only a small number of these error coins made it into circulation. That makes them incredibly rare. Think about it. Billions of pennies were produced in 1999. But only a handful of them, mere dozens, were struck with this special wide AM variety. That's why this tiny detail, something most people wouldn't even notice, turned a penny worth 1 cent into a collector's dream worth $68,000. Of course, finding one of these rare 1999 wide AM pennies is like searching for a needle in a haystack. Many people have spent hours combing through jars of pennies, examining each one carefully under a magnifying glass, hoping to spot the telltale gap between the A and the M. And when someone does find one, it's like hitting the jackpot. Because coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar, literally tens of thousands of dollars, for a 1999 wide AM penny in pristine condition. Collectors prize these coins not just for their rarity, but for their connection to history and the artistry of coin design. Every error coin tells a story of human oversight, precision machinery, and the tiny imperfections that make each piece unique. The 1999 wide AM penny isn't just valuable, it's a symbol of what makes coin collecting so exciting. The thrill of discovery, the hunt for hidden treasure, and the knowledge that the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold the greatest surprises. So what makes this particular penny worth $68,000? It's all about condition. In the world of coin grading, even the smallest scratches or imperfections can affect a coin's value. A 1999 wide AM penny in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, graded MS67 or higher, can fetch an astounding $68,000 at auction. That's more money than most people would expect from a penny, but for collectors, it's a price worth paying to own a piece of numismatic history. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1999 United States of America 1 cent coin, a penny that defies expectations and reminds us that treasures can be found in the most unlikely places. So the next time you see a penny lying on the ground, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Who knows? That humble coin in your hand might just be worth $68,000. The United States 2001 cent coin, and as you've seen in the title, we're talking about a jaw-dropping valuation of $65,000. Yes, that's $65,000 for a coin worth just 1 cent face value. But how could something so common, so unassuming, possibly be worth such a fortune? Sit tight as we unravel the extraordinary details of this coin, its history, its design, its rarity, and the reason why collectors are willing to pay a small fortune for it. Let's begin by traveling back to the year 2000. The United States was on the cusp of a new millennium, a moment in history that felt like a fresh start. The economy was booming, technology was accelerating, and optimism was in the air. Amidst all this excitement, something else was happening quietly: the minting of billions of 1 cent coins, known to everyone as pennies. These pennies, struck with precision by the United States Mint, were part of an ongoing tradition that dated back centuries. But in 2000, something remarkable would happen, a tiny mistake that would eventually turn an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. To fully appreciate the value of this coin, we first need to understand its design. On one side, the obverse, you'll find a familiar figure, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His face has graced the penny since 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait is simple yet powerful, a tribute to a leader who preserved the Union during one of America's darkest chapters. Surrounding Lincoln's profile are the inscriptions: "In God we trust, liberty." And the year 2000. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the reverse, a timeless image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This design was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Created by Frank Gasparo, the reverse shows the memorial in stunning detail, capturing its grandeur and importance as a symbol of freedom, unity, and democracy. If you look closely, you'll even see the tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a small but significant detail that makes this design truly iconic. Now, you might be asking yourself, if billions of these coins were minted in 2000, why is this particular penny so valuable? Great question. The answer lies in what collectors call an error coin. Error coins are the result of minting mistakes, imperfections that occur during the production process. While these errors are unintentional, they are incredibly rare, and that rarity is what drives their value. For the 2001 cent coin, there's one specific error that makes it stand out: a double die obverse. Here's what that means. During the minting process, the coin's design is struck onto the blank metal planchet using a die. Sometimes, the die shifts slightly between strikes, causing the design to appear doubled. On the 2000 penny, this doubling is most noticeable in the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust. If you look carefully, you'll see the letters appear slightly offset, almost as if there's a ghost image behind them. To the untrained eye, it might look like a minor flaw, but to collectors, this doubling transforms the coin into something extraordinary. The error represents a rare anomaly, making the coin highly sought after. Of course, not all 2000 pennies have this error, which is why they are so valuable. Out of the billions of pennies minted that year, only a tiny fraction display the double die obverse. These rare coins slipped through quality control and entered circulation, hidden in plain sight among ordinary pennies. Some were spent, others were saved, and a lucky few were discovered by eagle-eyed collectors who recognized their true worth. So, how did this humble coin reach a value of $65,000? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and demand. For collectors, finding a 2000 double-die penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is like striking gold. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless specimen. A 2000 penny with a visible double die obverse and a grade of MS65 or higher can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The most pristine examples, those that look like they just rolled off the minting press, are the ones commanding the incredible $65,000 price tag. But what makes this story even more fascinating is the journey these coins take. Some of these valuable pennies are still out there, hiding in pocket change, piggy banks, and jars of spare coins. Imagine finding one of these pennies by accident, picking up a seemingly worthless coin, and discovering that it's worth a fortune. It's stories like these that fuel the passion of coin collectors and treasure hunters alike. Every coin has a story, and the 2000 double-die penny is no exception. For those of you watching and wondering how to identify this rare penny, here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass or a good quality loupe and take a close look at your 2000 pennies. Focus on the word Liberty and the phrase, In God We Trust. If you see any doubling, any slight offset in the letters, you may have struck gold. Next, check the condition of the coin. Coins with fewer scratches, dents, or where marks are far more valuable. If you think you've found a winner, consider getting it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. Certification not only confirms the coin's authenticity, but also helps determine its value. So, what's the takeaway from all this? The story of the 2001 cent coin is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in the most unexpected places. It's a story about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery, a story that continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts around the world. And who knows? Maybe the next time you check your spare change, you'll find a coin worth far more than its face value. After all, one lucky penny could change your life forever. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories just like this one. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? You might just stumble upon a treasure of your own.